The National Stock Exchange of India Limited, popularly known as the NSE, and its counterpart, the Bombay Stock Exchange, also known as the BSE, are the two premier and recognized stock exchanges in India. Of late, there has been a meteoric rise in the number of fake trading platforms that have been scamming investors and individuals who want to invest in equity. What's worse is that many of these fake trading apps are impersonating the name and logo of the National Stock Exchange and the BSE Limited. In fact, the number of such fake apps is so rampant that it has forced the National Stock Exchange and the BSE to issue scam alerts to their respective investors. And guess what? They're not even charging any fees for this service. That's right. You heard it absolutely right. The National Stock Exchange and the BSE are issuing scam alerts for free. And guess what? In today's video, we'll be looking at those scam alerts and how you too can protect yourself from falling prey to such scams. Hello and welcome back to yet another video on the Stock Mart, where we talk about everything and anything related to the stock market. Before we get started, if you haven't already done so, make sure to subscribe to stay updated on everything in the Indian stock market. And without any further ado, let's dive straight into the topic of discussion. Now, in this video, we'll be looking at two separate scam alerts issued by the National Stock Exchange and the BSE. But before we do that, here's something that you need to know. Both the National Stock Exchange and the BSE have witnessed a sharp rise in the number of fake apps that are being created using their respective logos and names. In fact, according to a recent article published by Business Upturn, the NSE has received numerous complaints from investors regarding the circulation of unauthorized mobile applications claiming to be associated with the exchange. Now, the worst part is that these fake apps promise guaranteed profits, which is a huge red flag and should raise suspicion among investors. In fact, there was even one instance reported wherein an investor lost rupees 7 lakh after taking on such a platform on the recommendation of a broker. Even more shocking is the fact that these fake apps are easily accessible on popular app stores, which is a cause of concern for investors. There are also instances wherein brokers are recommending investors to download these fake apps for free tips, which is another area of concern for the exchange. In fact, the National Stock Exchange has taken note of these developments and has proactively decided to warn its investors. As per the scam alert issued by the National Stock Exchange, the notice reads, "It has come to the notice of the exchange that certain entities are misusing the name of the exchange and using forged versions of the exchange's website and mobile application for the purpose of cheating unsuspecting investors." Further, states that these entities are generating profits by encouraging investors to deposit funds into bank accounts provided by them. But that's not all. There are even instances wherein these entities are claiming to be representatives of the National Stock Exchange Limited and are reaching out to investors through messages, emails, and other communication channels. It's not just that. These entities are even posing as customer care executives from the National Stock Exchange Limited and are contacting investors through phone calls. What's even more alarming is that these entities are posing as executives from leading brokerage firms and are asking investors to install the fake NSE app. And if that wasn't enough, these entities are also impersonating the Securities and Exchange Board of India, SEBI-registered brokers, and are asking investors to make investments in the fake app. Now, the National Stock Exchange has categorically mentioned that under no circumstances will they ask investors to make such deposits, and they certainly won't ask them to download any third-party apps. It's also important to mention that the National Stock Exchange does not have any authorized mobile applications other than the ones listed on their website. So how can you, as an investor, protect yourself from such scams? Well, here are a few pointers to help you identify and avoid such scams. No one. Beware of any mobile application claiming to be associated with the National Stock Exchange, unless it has been officially launched by them. No. 2. Be wary of unsolicited trading advice or tips from brokers or entities claiming to be associated with the National Stock Exchange. And no. 3. Never agree to any request for funds to be deposited into a broker's account. If you receive any such requests, immediately report the same to the National Stock Exchange. NSE has also cautioned investors against sharing their personal or sensitive information with any unverified entities and has urged them to verify the authenticity of any communication received through the exchange, such as their website or mobile application. In addition to these steps, staying vigilant and cautious when dealing with any financial institution is always advisable. And that's not all. We've got more insights to share with you, so make sure to stick around till the end of this video. Now, coming back to the scam alert issued by the BSE, it mentions that lately, there has been a rise in the number of fake websites, mobile applications, and social media pages that are being used to lure investors. These fake platforms pose as the BSE and lure investors by promising guaranteed profits and returns on their investments. These entities often use enticing messages, emails, SMS, or even social media posts to attract unsuspecting investors. Once the investor is on board, they're directed to a fake website or mobile app that mimics the BSE's official interface. Now, what's really concerning is that these fake platforms often display advertisements featuring prominent personalities, which adds to their legitimacy. It makes it difficult for investors to distinguish between the fake and the real. However, the BSE has assured its investors that it will never reach out to them through unsolicited calls or messages, nor will it ever ask for funds to be deposited into a broker's account. Additionally, the BSE will never ask investors to download any third-party mobile applications for trading or investing purposes. So if you receive any such messages or calls, you can be sure that they're fake, and you must report them immediately to the BSE. Here are some key takeaways from the BSE scam alert that you should keep in mind. Number 1. Never respond to unsolicited messages or calls offering investment tips or suggesting the download of trading apps. No. 2. Always verify the authenticity of any communication received from the BSE through official channels such as their website or mobile app. No. 3. Be cautious of messages or calls directing you to a third-party app or website promising high returns on investment. No. 4. Never provide your personal or sensitive information to any unverified entities. And no. 5. Always remember that the BSE will never ask you to deposit funds into a broker's account. That's not all. BSE has even shared a list of do's and don'ts for investors to follow to protect themselves from such scams. Here's a quick look at the same. Now, it's important to mention that these are not the only 2 scam alerts issued by the National Stock Exchange, and the EHEHES has even shared a list of do's and don'ts for investors to follow to protect themselves, for investors to follow. BSE. Over the years, both the exchanges have issued several scam alerts to raise awareness among investors. In fact, the BSE had earlier issued a scam alert regarding the circulation of fake text messages and WhatsApp messages on behalf of the exchange. The messages posed as an official BSE alert and warned investors about potential losses due to the merger of BSE and its subsidiary, India Index Services and Products Limited. However, the BSE clarified that they would never send such messages to its investors. Similarly, the National Stock Exchange had previously issued a scam alert about fake websites and mobile apps posing as the exchange. The scam alert mentioned that unauthorized entities were creating fake websites and mobile apps to deceive investors, and that the National Stock Exchange does not have any mobile apps other than the ones listed on their website. In light of these incidents, it's crucial for investors to remain vigilant and cautious when dealing with any financial institution. Always verify the authenticity of any communication received from the National Stock Exchange or the BSE through official channels and avoid sharing sensitive information with any unverified entities. Remember, protecting your hard-earned money should always be a top priority. And with that, we've come to the end of today's video on the NSE and BSE scam alert regarding the fake trading apps and the social media frauds. We hope you found this video informative and helpful in understanding the recent scam alert issued by the National Stock Exchange and the BSE. Remember, verifying and double-checking the authenticity of any platform before investing your money is crucial. Don't let the excitement of potential returns blind you to the risks involved. Stay cautious, do your research, and invest wisely. If you found this video informative and enjoyed our insights on the topic, don't forget to hit the like button below. And if you haven't already done so, please subscribe to the Stock Mart and stay updated with all our future uploads. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in our next video. Take care and happy investing.